There is a small group of believers whose lives feel different, calmer, and more guided. They don't have more strength or fewer problems than others, but they have discovered a secret that changes everything: rising for Tahajjud. When the world sleeps, they stand before Allah in moments filled with sincerity, peace, and divine attention. This quiet act sets them apart, shaping their hearts and transforming their days. If you have ever wondered why some people radiate unshakable faith, the answer often begins in the last part of the night. The believers who wake up for Tahajjud belong to a rare category of people whose hearts are deeply connected to their Lord. They are not driven by habit or obligation, but by a quiet longing that pulls them out of their sleep. While others remain wrapped in comfort, they step into the stillness of the night with a sincerity that is often hidden from the world. This small group understands that true intimacy with Allah is found in moments when no one else is watching. Their sacrifice is not loud or visible. It is private, gentle, and filled with purpose. These individuals recognize the value of separating themselves from distractions, even if only for a few minutes. They know that the strength of a believer is built when the world is silent and the heart is awake. Their wakefulness is not accidental. It is intentional, shaped by the desire to seek guidance, mercy, and peace directly from the source. The 1% who rise for Tahajjud have discovered a secret that many overlook: that a quiet conversation with Allah in the darkness can illuminate the entire day. Their choice to wake is a reflection of discipline, love, and longing for spiritual clarity. They train their souls to prefer what benefits them in the hereafter over temporary comfort. Over time, this simple act transforms them into people whose hearts remain steady in hardship and grateful in ease. They rise not because they are perfect, but because they are striving consistently, sincerely, and quietly. The last part of the night holds a unique spiritual depth because it is a moment chosen by Allah Himself for a special nearness to His servants. At this time, distractions fade, the noise of the world disappears, and the heart becomes more open to reflection. In this sacred silence, Allah descends to the lowest heaven in a manner befitting His majesty and invites His servants to call upon Him. This divine invitation is unlike any other moment in the day. It is a personal call from the Lord of the worlds, asking who needs help, who seeks forgiveness, and who desires His mercy. This time is not just special because it is quiet. It is special because Allah is giving attention to the one who stands before Him. The believer who raises their hands in the darkness experiences a closeness that cannot be described easily. Their words may be whispered, broken, or spoken through tears, but nothing goes unheard. Du'as made in this moment carry a sincerity shaped by solitude and a trust that Allah is listening directly. The last third of the night is also a time when the heart becomes more honest. Worries, hopes, fears, and dreams surface in a way they do not during the busy hours of the day. A person speaks to Allah without pretenses, without the presence of others, and without the rush of daily responsibilities. This purity of intention allows du'as to flow naturally. It is a moment when the believer feels seen, understood, and comforted by the one who knows every hidden struggle. During the last part of the night, a believer feels a spiritual clarity that is rarely experienced during the day. The heart, free from noise and distractions, begins to sense the presence of Allah more deeply. This gentle awareness softens the soul, allowing emotions and sincerity to rise naturally. Even those who struggle to focus during daytime prayers often find their hearts unexpectedly humbled in these quiet hours. It is a moment when the soul becomes more honest, recognizing its dependence on its Creator and longing for His guidance and comfort. In this state of softness, du'as take on a different form. They are not rushed or distracted, they flow slowly, carrying the weight of genuine need. A person may not even plan what to say, yet the words come effortlessly, shaped by their deepest desires and hidden pains. This sincerity brings a sweetness to worship that strengthens faith and renews hope. The believer begins to feel a peace that cannot be explained, as if their worries are being lifted one by one. It is also during this time that prayers are often answered in unexpected ways. Sometimes relief comes quickly, and other times it appears gradually through changes in the heart, clarity in decisions, or ease in burdens. The believer starts noticing small signs that Allah has heard them, even if the outcome is not immediate. These subtle moments build trust, reminding them that no dua made in the last part of the night is ever ignored. Every whispered prayer becomes a step closer to healing, strength, and divine support. The dedication of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in praying Tahajjud shows the highest level of devotion a believer can reach. Even though he was promised forgiveness and had no sins to worry about, he stood for long portions of the night in worship. His commitment was not motivated by fear, but by deep love, gratitude, and humility before Allah. He understood that the night prayer was not a burden, but a gift, an opportunity to connect with his Lord in a way that brought strength, peace, and spiritual elevation. His humility was evident in the way he prayed. He recited the Quran slowly, reflecting deeply on every verse, sometimes repeating the same ayah while his heart trembled with emotion. His tears would fall, not out of sorrow alone, but from the overwhelming awareness of Allah's mercy and greatness. This intimate worship shaped his character, making him patient, gentle, and consistently mindful of the hereafter. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam also encouraged his family to engage in tahajjud, teaching them that this practice strengthens the soul and brings blessings into a person's life. He showed that night prayer is not reserved for times of hardship. It is equally important during moments of ease. His example proves that true leadership begins with private devotion, far from the eyes of people. By observing his discipline, believers learn that spiritual excellence does not happen by chance. It grows from consistent effort, sincere reflection, and a heart focused entirely on pleasing Allah. Waking for tahajjud has a transformative effect on a person's heart and daily life because it builds a type of inner strength that cannot be gained through ordinary routines. When someone repeatedly pushes themselves to rise at a time when comfort is most tempting, they develop discipline that flows into every area of their life. This discipline is not harsh, it is fueled by purpose. It teaches a believer to prioritize what truly matters and to stay consistent even when motivation fades. Over time, this habit shapes a calmer mindset, a clearer sense of direction, and a deeper trust in Allah's plan. The blessings that come with this practice also bring a unique kind of resilience. A person who connects to Allah during the quiet hours of the night becomes less shaken by difficulties. They learn to face challenges with patience because they have already poured their concerns before the one who controls all outcomes. This inner stability makes them stronger emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. Tahajjud also shifts a person's perspective on life. Instead of being overwhelmed by what they lack, they begin to notice the mercy and opportunities already present around them. Their heart becomes more grateful, their intentions more sincere, and their actions more thoughtful. This positive shift affects how they treat others, how they make decisions, and how they handle moments of success or failure. Those who commit to Tahajjud experience a gradual but powerful change. Their hearts grow lighter, their faith becomes firmer, and their life begins aligning more beautifully with the guidance of Allah. When you rise for Tahajjud, even for a few minutes, you step into a moment where hearts are healed, du'as are lifted, and faith becomes stronger. This simple act can reshape your life in ways you never imagined. If this reminder touched your heart, support Graceful Deen by liking, sharing, and subscribing for more meaningful content. May Allah fill your nights with peace and your days with guidance. Comment below, may Allah strengthen my iman and guide my heart.